Okay guys, so this is your opportunity to watch some heel training with a dog that maybe isn't so easy. This is Stax. He's here for also some fear reactivity and behavioral issues like this, but he also needs to learn how to heel off the leash. So he's working with his trainer Steven here. We've got the electric hooked up to the sound box. Stax has received the loose leash walking foundation and also the heel foundation with the prong collar. So today now we're introducing the e-collar now to the process, and we're starting him now on the fast and the slows. So that's what we're going to be doing. Okay guys, so we're going to get started here with Stax. Now we're going to just do some quick short reps of heeling, which is what we do in the beginning with the training. All right, you'll notice that when the dog gets out of position, the trainer pops and stims simultaneously on the leash. It's together, it's not separate. Okay, it's almost the same as you're using a prong collar, but to make the flat collar pop meaningful, you're adding the electric to it, right? So the other thing that the trainer's doing, which is really important to talk about, is when the dog gets out of the position, okay, he speeds up. So this dog is a lagger, he lags behind. So the trainer actually will speed up, emphasize the dog's mistake, because now the dog's way farther behind. And then he will add the pop and the stim. And it makes it very clear for the dog where he must be. So the second he gets behind the left leg, the trainer speeds up, adds the pop and the stim, and when the dog catches up, the praise and the reward. And then when he's able to show good heeling for a little bit, right away the praise and the reward. Now you can see with this dog, he's a little bit insecure, so he will look a lot at the environment and get sketched out by things, and then he'll want to fixate on the environment. And this is part of the functional training, is teaching the dog, you know, it doesn't matter what's going on, you need to focus on your task at hand, which is in this case healing. He can look at things, but he must continue the healing. So it's really important when you're doing this that you're clear, you're not doing huge long reps of it, that you're using the pop and the stim with the leash and the electric simultaneously, and that you're using your pace to make it clear to the dog where he should be in relation to you. So if the dog's in front of you, like always trying to go in front, I'm always going to slow down and tap the electric. If the dog goes behind, I'm going to speed up, as you see with Steven here, and tap the electric. And then the dog is going to learn there's electric in the front and electric in the back, but the second you go to the correct place, which is the left side, and you're on my leg, not pushing the leg, but on my leg, there's an immediate reward there. So it's really important to show the dog these things. See, again, behind, and you'll notice the dog also tries to avoid by going to the right side, and that's where you have the leash, right? And then he learns the break and the reward all happen on the left side. Nothing good happens on the right, nothing good happens in the back, nothing good happens in front. It's really important to make it clear to the dog, the left side is where you need to be. And you'll also notice the trainer does not hold the dog on a tight leash on the left side. He wants the dog to find that left side on a loose leash, okay? So Stax is a little bit like it's typical with the bulldogs and the bullies and stuff, that they want to be a little bit behind you once they get tired after the first 5 minutes. But it's important when we're asking for a heel that the dog heel properly. We're not allowing the dog to heel in bad positions, because heel is a very specific behavior. He must be right next to the handler. He must be right up on the leg. He cannot be behind the leg. He cannot be in front of the leg. That's how he's going to be able to see what the handler does, whether the handler's turning right or left. So when you're doing this, it's really important you focus on very short, high quality reps that are super clear to the dog. Why don't you go again, Steven, just quick and show people. So this is the ideal position. And there you can see the dog tried to go in front. The handler slowed down and pulled back on the leash, right? And then immediately when the dog is in the correct position, big praise, right? It's a big deal. This is a great place to be. Good. And you can see there on his own, the dog worked to catch up even though he's tired. And that's what you want to see, that despite environmental stress or physical stress, because he's tired or whatever, that he's willing to work hard to stay next to the handler, right? And he's able to deal with the pressure productively. This is a big part of this, is showing the dog what the pressure means. There's pressure in all these bad places. In the good place, there's no pressure, right? Now, if you have a play-motivated dog, you can reward by play when the dog is next to you. We'll do one more quick rec for the sake of the video, and then that's it for Stax. All right. So You'll also notice here, right? So now he's going to call the dog to the position, right? And it's really important, again, to focus on making sure that the dog is able to maintain the correct position. And you'll notice that all the mistakes happen because the dog becomes distracted, right? He becomes concerned about the environment. He becomes concerned about something. There again, he became concerned. And we're teaching the dog not only how to heel, but how to control his emotions, right? And instead of running off when he gets worried, to stay next to the handler. And that's an important thing that he needs to learn. So, this is just a little bit of an example of healing maybe with a dog that has some issues behaviorally. And it's very valuable for the dog to learn these things. It really helps them understand what it is that they need to do, you know. And the dog, this type of dog who's insecure, will be able to find security in the behavior once he completely understands the behavior. Right now, he doesn't understand the behavior. And he's caught in the conflict of being scared of, you know, things that are in the environment and concerned about things that are in the environment and wanting to fixate on those things. And then also, you know, dealing with the pressure of the work. And, you know, this is why the work cannot be exclusively motivational. If you make the work exclusively motivational, inevitably, you know, when the dog becomes concerned about something, it all falls apart, right? And when the dog becomes less interested in whatever motivation you happen to be using, again, it will fall apart. So there has to be obligation. And these types of dogs, these insecure dogs, always find security in obligation. That's what you have to understand. Once you take them through the process, they'll fight you in the process. But once they know that there's no way out, just like a dog in a crate, they will settle down, right? So this is just a little bit of heel training, maybe with a dog that is not your typical Lab or German Shepherd, and a little bit more stubborn, a little bit more insecure about things, and this is a good example of that type of work.